Elasticity is a core attribute of modern best practices for cloud computing. Why is it so important? Well, here's a good example. Let's say that I have a load balancer right here, and as increased requests come in, I automatically can add a new node based on the CPU metrics of each machine. So one of the things I could do is I could say when any of these nodes get to 75% CPU, automatically increase nodes from, let's say, 5 to 10 expansion. So, if I start out with 5, I can get all the way up to 10 before I get some kind of an alert and I do things differently. And what this does is allows me to fully automate when a increased demand comes. Why does this happen? Well, let's say it's Christmas, right? That could be a good example. There's increased retail sales, or there's the Super Bowl, or there's some kind of big event here. And instead of me having to have a person go through and potentially make a mistake, automatically my cloud-based system can scale up to meet those demands. And this is a critical component of engineering a cloud environment correctly. If you can't do this, you're not doing software engineering best practices for the cloud. So this is a key factor in realizing whether you're doing the important things in cloud computing. So that's the scale up part. Well, another thing though is if in your scenario here, instead of having increased requests, we actually have a lower amount of requests. What happens if I've scaled out, the Super Bowl's over, I could be spending, let's say, $10,000 an hour based on the load that I have. I don't want to just leave all that running. I can also set a rule that says if the machines, for example, diminish lower than 25% CPU, then remove nodes all the way down to, let's say, 3, and say I would want a maximum of 3 nodes running. And this can also scale in. And so elasticity doesn't just mean being able to scale out, it also means being able to scale in. And really, what is this all about? Well, this is about money. And if you can optimize the infrastructure of your company so that it scales up and scales down, you as the software engineer are very valuable to this organization because you've automated things that previously took a lot of people to do. And really, this is one of the fundamental ways you're doing the right thing with cloud computing, is that you have elasticity with your infrastructure.